The agony ripped through my chest.
She needs your heart's blood.
My sister?
If it weren't for you, she would have taken me. You tore us apart.
My breath hitched. He loved Elena. He hated me for choosing him. In my last life, Elena and I went to the underground auction. We bought 2 dragon slaves. She took the magnificent silver dragon, left me with a black dragon, a crippled runt. For 49 days, I gave everything I had to heal him, and he barely recovered. I even tracked down high-tier elixirs to strengthen his bloodline. I made him the Dragon King, and he repaid me by killing me. His cold, dead eyes burned into my memory as the darkness took me. Gasp. My eyes snapped open. Air rushed into my lungs. I was back at the underground auction that day. And this time, there was no way in hell I was choosing him. Elena stood in front of me. Just like before, she pointed at the chained dragons. Sarah, let's take those 2. My eyes locked onto the dirt floor. There he was. Vayne. His wings were completely mangled. Most of his scales were ripped out. The wing bones jotted through his flesh. For a dragon, wings were pride and power. Around him, the other dragons flexed theirs, scales shimmering like liquid night. Make up your mind, before the others buy up all the prime stock. In my last life, I actually fell for her act. Dragons cost a fortune. I never thought she'd purposely pick the weakest one. Our father, the Duke, was absolutely furious, but Elena lied to him. Father, Sarah insisted on him. You know how stubborn she gets. I just had to pay. Anyway, I chose the strong one. I'll take him back to the estate first. And just like that, the useless, crippled Vayne was dumped on me.
Not this time. I wasn't falling for her lies.
You can have him. I'll take that one.
Straight at the other black dragon, the one with no expression on his face. Without a second thought, I tossed my coin pouch to the auctioneer and placed my bid. Didn't matter which one I picked. If I could turn a helpless wreck like Vayne into a dragon king, any of these would do. This time, I just wanted a loyal one. Seeing her trap fail, Elena's face twisted.
Sarah, are you insane? Father only gave us so much gold. What am I supposed to use now?
I gave her a cold look. How did I never notice before? She was terrified I'd outshine her, so she tried to saddle me with a dying cripple. She'd been plotting against me from the second we entered this auction. I pointed at Vayne. He was desperately trying to show off his few remaining scales.
That one doesn't look too bad.
Take care of him. Maybe he'll be worth something someday. If you're short on coin, just buy him. Him? I wouldn't even use that thing as a footstool.
Poor Vayne. In the last life, he thought I tore them apart. He had no idea Elena actually despised him. Just like before, Elena bought her silver dragon, Dale. As I walked away with my black dragon, Orion, a loud crash rang out behind her. Vayne was violently ramming himself against the Magiphalia. The surrounding nobles burst into laughter. What's wrong with that mutt? Trying to beg for attention? Who'd waste money on that broken thing? But Vayne ignored them. His slit pupils were locked on Elena. I phoned. Wait, is Vayne reborn too? Is he panicking because precious Elena left him behind? Staring into his devastated eyes, I smiled. Having our lifelong fantasy shattered all at once? That's got a sting, doesn't it? Without Vayne, I returned to the estate in peace. No screaming from my father this time. Orion stood in front of me. His thick, scaled tail thudded against the floor. Can you shaped? His lips pressed into a thin line. He pulled in his wings and horns. In a flash of dark magic, a muscular man stood in his place. Only his thick dragon tail remained, dragging on the rug. Unlike most dragons purchased at auction, Orion didn't look relieved. His molten gold eyes studied me with cold indifference and pride.
You don't want to be here?
I don't particularly care for it.
The auction has a pecking order for dragons. If I hadn't bought you, you'd still be stuck fighting in the arena just to hold your place.
I'm not that crippled piece of trash.
I couldn't help but laugh. He was right. A dragon who can't keep his wings intact. Trash. End of story.
If you don't want to stay, leave.
He was definitely tempted.
What are you doing?
If you're leaving, I'll just buy another dragon. I'm raising the future Dragon King. Disloyalty? Not in my house.
Becoming the king of all dragons is their ultimate instinct. He had the strength, but strength alone meant nothing. It could be nurtured. and I wouldn't raise another traitor like Vane.
The auction is over.
I turned back and gave him a sweet smile.
I'm a highborn noble. You think a noble like me would ever run out of places to buy a pet? For the next few days, I left before dawn, returned after dark. Orion hadn't left yet, but I needed backup plans. Then, the unexpected happened. I was walking through the royal market. A man came stumbling out of an alleyway, ragged, desperate, barely holding himself together. I recognized him instantly. It was Vane in his human form. Right in the middle of the crowded street, he dropped to his knees and grabbed my leg.
Sarah, why didn't you take me? Please, take me back to the estate. You were supposed to choose me.
My heart skipped a beat. What?
Sarah, look at me. Are you really throwing me away?
He really was reborn, but why come to me? Why not find his beloved Elena?
Are you insane? I'm not your master. Keep your filthy hands off me, slave.
I was just about to lash out and blast him away. Then, I spotted a shadow standing a few feet away. Orion. An idea sparked instantly. Your wing bones are so badly damaged. Did the others hurt you?
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Orion step closer. I reached out and traced Vane's broken wing bone, just like I did in my past life. I'd healed every inch of him. I knew exactly where it hurt, and exactly how to soothe it.
Vane shivered in pure pleasure.
Master, please take me home.
Of course A blur of black shot forward. Orion kicked him across the cobblestones.
I'm still here.
Why did you hit him so hard? I thought you were leaving. Why stop me from choosing someone else?
I'm staying.
Vane opened his mouth to beg again. Instantly, golden dragon fire erupted from Orion's palm. The heat was suffocating.
Take one more step, and I'll turn your bones to ash.
The flames vanished, leaving a scorched black crater on the street.
I looked at the smoking stones. Definitely. Far stronger than Vane.
To ensure I wouldn't be stabbed in the back again, I forced Orion to enter a blood bond with me.
Can you really make me the Dragon King?
I didn't answer. As his master, I held absolute authority. Last life, I poured everything into raising Vane, and forgot the most important rule.
Power in someone else's hands is never yours. If Orion proved loyal, the crown would be his. If he showed even a hint of betrayal, he'd be nothing but a pet chained to my bed, and existing only for my pleasure. If you're hesitating, just leave. I turned to walk away. Before I could take a single step, the metallic scent of blood hit the air. Orion had sliced his palm open,
squeezing out a drop of his heart's blood.
I'm yours.
The blood bond was sealed. When the glow faded, he stood awkwardly beside me, not meeting my eyes.
So, I am your consort now?
A faint flush crept across his pale face. I looked down to hide my smile. Cute.
I tilted my chin toward the massive four-poster bed.
Get in bed.
His face turned completely scarlet. He took stiff steps towards the mattress. He even kept his tail hanging off the side, like he was afraid of dirtying the velvet sheets.
What?
Looking at his flushed face, I almost laughed. So all that toughness from earlier was just an act? I walked over, ran my fingers over the base of his tail, right where the dark scales met his skin. You know how this works, don't you? When nobles buy dragons, we bind ourselves to them. Which means you are my husband now.
Orion said nothing.
But when I touched him, his tail gave a faint shiver. Our eyes met. Then he closed his eyes as if accepting his fate. I let out a soft laugh. I leaned forward, pulling his head against my chest. Let's just say dragon stamina was definitely not a myth. He utterly wrecked me. His thick tail was lazily swishing back and forth across the rug. A dragon's body doesn't lie. He was in absolute bliss. From that day on, we spent our days training in magic and swordplay. Unlike my past life, I trained right alongside him. If I'm going to stand beside the Dragon King, I couldn't be some fragile liability.
A week later, Elena strutted in. Her silver dragon, Gale, trailed behind her.
Wow, you really tied yourself to that thing? With all the gold you threw around, I thought you'd pick something impressive. Guess not. He's not even half the dragon Gale is.
I stopped my sword swings and glanced at them. Gale was massive, but last life proved muscle meant nothing. Plus, Elena didn't know how to awaken a dragon's bloodline. After they bonded, Father handed me full control of the house anyway.
Filthy slave dares to challenge me? I'm the firstborn of House Stewart. I give the orders around here. Gale, teach this mute his place.
Gale lunged forward, summoning a violent gaze. Orion didn't flinch. With a flick of his wrist, he cast a magic shield over me, then turned to face the attack. Perfect. I'd been waiting to see what my dragon could really do. The two dragons clashed violently. For the first few exchanges, they looked evenly matched. Then Gale was brutally forced to the defensive. Elena, who'd been so sure of herself just moments ago, lost it, shrieking from the sidelines.
Kill him! Tear him apart! What are you waiting? Finish it! I've got your back, just do it!
Gale tried, but Orion was going for the kill. Just as Orion grabbed Gale's wing, ready to snap the bone in half, Elena let out a piercing squeak.
This is the slave you keep? Sarah! How dare he do this to my dragon?
Didn't you just order Gale to attack first? You literally screamed, tear him apart. The servants in the courtyard heard every word.
If Gale gets hurt, I'll make Father punish you. Do you have any idea what I paid for him?
We stared each other down. Finally, I gave Orion a subtle nod to let Gale go.
Smart choice. Know your place, little sister. This estate was always meant to be mine.
I should have killed him.
No rush.